All right. I mean, now some of these people are serious about their handles, and a lot of the handles designate something they've done in the past, the field they came out of, a symbol of maybe their parentage or their nationalities. All right. I mean, these are real. I mean, these handles tell more about the people than their names.
Yeah. What are some that you're thinking of?
Okay, like take Hawkeye. One of the reason she got the handle she is because that gal can walk anywhere and spot something on the ground like a nickel, a dime, a quarter, anything like that. She's got the eyes of a hawk, and that's where she came up with it.
What are some others?
Well, what are some good ones, Carol?
Outlaw. How about outlaw?
Outlaw. Well, outlaw is an outlaw. He's just one. He'd like to be a Wild Bill Cody or Blue Bee or Jesse James or something like that, and he's an outlaw to society because he is an obese gentleman. He's not very well educated, and he is against all the things that conformity that he would have to live with. He is an outlaw to society. He's not very old.
Really? Sleepy?
All right, sleepy. He should sleep all the time.
Yes, he should.
Sleepy should be sleazy. All right, and Sleepy's a good cover-up for it because he's cunning. All right, he's a good con man. You got not con man. That's the wrong word. He's a good manipulator of other people's minds and positions. He works everything to his best advantage.
How'd Gallop and Goose get his name? That one I never.
That one I
figured
don't
out.
want to touch because I have my own opinions on that one, and that would be.
There used
That
to
I
be
couldn't
some real
figure out.
CB.
Yeah, Undertaker and Sally G. But Undertaker was Heidelberg up north, and the Heidelberg was because he drank Heidelberg beer. All right. 005 because he'd like to be a detective or a sleuth. Take off on 007. All right. Wild Bill and Granny Go. Granny Go was his wife, and Granny because Granny was always on the go. That's how she picked up Granny Go. The kids, Granny Go. All right. Wild Bill because he was wild in his younger days, and he doesn't want to give up the identity of his name, Bill. All right, Wild Bill. Heart to Hearts are just a takeoff after their name. Their last name is Hartley, so they use the heart and the heart. All right. They're saying this to them is important, the identification with their name.
Lady Angel?
Lady Angel and the Bald Angel. Lady Angel would like to be perfect. All right, and to her, the angel symbolized being perfect, so she became a Lady Angel. Whereas nothing at all to do with relation of the Bible or any of the theologies of the church. An angel has no sex, but she has made sure that there is a sex to the angel.
How about Goldman? What's that one?
Goldman wants to be a prospector. He liked to tell people he could make gold. Now this is a good one too. At one time he had people out here convinced that he could make gold. I mean make real gold. And there were people out here in their geriatric years that actually believed him. That he could put this formula together. He was, able to be a gold man. He has mineralogy classes and he's supposed to be an expert in the field.
Did he make money doing that?
Yeah, probably yes, but you could never find it. All right. I mean, you had Mobile Christian that's up here, and that was they're the ones who brought in a Mobile Christian Center originally. Soul Winner used to be. What was Soul Winner used to be? He had another a bird, and she is tiny as a bird.
She is.
All right, she suits her handle. New Jersey Sly Fox wanted to be cunning. And he was Sly Fox, and when there were so many other foxes out here, he became the New Jersey Sly Fox to designate he's from New Jersey. His wife has no handle.
What was the Carolina Beach Bum? That was an interesting.
Carolina Beach Bum, for several years, according to what he tells us, lived in Carolina Beach. And so he was a beach bum because he lived in a trailer park on the beach. And the Carolina part came from being from North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And his wife is Southern Comfort. That just seemed like a good Southern name. And from the booze,
Oh, she
probably.
wasn't named after the whiskey? That's what I thought.
Yeah, he talked a lot about never
Yes, drinking. They always talk
they
about
always
drinking.
drinking.
Yeah, I gathered that from the way he insisted he didn't.
Oh, yeah.
No, he said
They had an open bar for 4 days, for God's sakes, over there. Winnie Maru became Winnie Maru because he had a mini Winnie, Winnebago. And he took the Winnie, and her name is Marilyn, so that was the M.A., and his name is Rudy. And so they put it together and came up with Winnie Maru. That's how they got their handle. The agitator who was out here for a long time had been the fuel injector, and he worked on diesels and injection systems and fuel. And when Bigfoot was going to take this place over, he started agitating. So since everyone called him the agitator, he took the agitator. His wife, Louise, was a grape stomper because she's Italian and comes from an Italian family that stomps grapes.
Grape
The
stomper?
wineries.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, she'll be out here. I think in February there's.
How about there's a Lady Luck?
Okay, Leck.
Leck. It's not Luck.
No, it's not Luck. Luck.
Lick.
Luck. It's
Lick.
Leck.
That's
So
their
is that-
last
All
name.
right, that's no. Their last name is Kuhns. Kuhns.
I thought it was
no,
Lick.
no.
How come they're called
It's
Lady
got, it
Lick
goes
then?
back to something in German. Leck is milk or something. The lady, probably a milk lady. I don't know, but Lecker
Yeah,
is
no, that's-
lychee.
Yeah, right.
You know. And he became Leck. Well, man, probably they had a dairy if you go back and look into it. You know, I mean, it's I got a bunch of weirdos. Master Key. Now, he was not a Master Key when he was out here. He was not a locksmith. Everyone thought he was. He was a jailer, and he always had the keys. So he became Master Key, and she said that she didn't have the keys he did. All she had was a house key, so she's house key. All right. People from Oklahoma, there's a lot of Okies out here.
Yeah, I came from Oklahoma.
You know, they go by Okie. And 40 rounds of delusions of when he says he was in Vietnam, he's good enough to go 40 rounds.
Who's that?
40 rounds. He's good, an RV guy. Fireball, originally had a Fireball rig. And that's how they got there. And she drove the little Vega.
Music Man.
Music Man is a very interesting man. He collects tapes, and he has tapes that date back with music back to the 15th century. And he keeps a full library of it, and that's why he calls himself the Music Man.
He keeps it in his truck?
Yeah, yeah. He's got one Christmas one that goes back to the 15th century, where he's put it all on tape. Very much involved in music. Red Zinger became Red Zinger because he had on the other motorhome he had had a red stripe on it, and he considered himself a zinger, and he is.
How so?
He can zing it to you. So that was appropriate.
How about
But,
Doolittle and Sitmore? That's the
Yeah,
usual.
Doolittle. Wasn't that because he did little?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
heard and he does little and
Does
she
little.
sits more.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Doolittle
and Sitmore.
Yeah. And Lazy Lefty because
Lazy
he's
Lefty,
got
right.
the
He
part of
don't
the hand
have-
missing. You know, lost part of his
I
hand.
thought they called him Stump. Oh, there's one guy, Stumpy?
Yeah, but that's different. Lazy Lefty is Vietnam, and he's lost from here down of his left arm.
From
So-
the elbow down?
Evidently, yeah. And it was evidently some injury that he had over there. So he has a lazy left arm. He's Lazy Lefty. And she's Crazy Flo. Her real name is Florence, and that's because she's crazy enough to stay with him. The old Sarge, his real name is Sarge. His
No.
real name is Sarge Hudson. Yes, sir. He was called Sarge, and he was also a Sarge in the Marines. That's why he's an old Sarge. All right. The young Sarge who hasn't come in yet, that no one knows where he's at, he's supposed to be coming. He's the young Sarge because he was in World War II, and he was younger than the old Sarge, and he always wanted to be a sergeant and wasn't, so therefore he took the handle of young Sarge. Dad Gum his last name is Gum, G-U-M-M, and he is Dad Gum.
He's a father, and
Well,
his last
certainly,
name is Gum.
Gum, all right. And his wife, Seashell, likes the ocean.
Oh, yeah, seashell.
You know, and she is almost blind. She only has peripheral vision, and that's good.
Excuse me.
What's
You
he
have to
doing,
leave?
yelling at you?
Yeah, I think so.
Uh-oh. You're supposed to be trained.
Back and pack of butts. You do your-
Okay, I will.
But no, I mean, there's a lot. Jim became the damn Yankee because he's from up north, and he was damned if he did and damned if he didn't, so he said he'd be the damn Yankee. Before that, we were the dog groomers because we actually groomed dogs. That was our first handle.
The Bowser groomers. Yeah, and here they are.
Yeah, you know. But then when I gave up grooming dogs after I started writing for the paper and broke my shoulder, I went back to Shamrock Lady, which is my Irish heritage.
Do you still need Jack?
No.
Okay. Goodbye.
Are you
No,
going
I-
to town with Marie?
Not until tomorrow. I'm away with Mary.
Okay, we'll see you guys later.
Okay,
I missed that.
Thank you for the game.
Today is not a
Appreciate
good
it.
day to go to town.
No, it's almost closed up in there. Not sure.
No, well, it's too closed up for me.
Marshall, let me sit. You want to trade? Let me too.
Yeah, prune pickers were cherry pickers.
Prune
They're
pickers.
Prune pickers.
Oh, I
were
thought
called
they
prune
referred
pickers.
to the cherry picker to lift an engine out of a car.
No, that's what. No. Some of these people are migrant workers, and that's what they went. Like that's what they did. They picked prunes. So that was a good handle for them. What are some of the other wacky handles?
Cherry
Dan?
pickle.
Cherry picker.
He's
He
up there
picked
picking
cherries.
cherries.
Yeah. All right.
49er.
49er. He belonged to the old 49er CB club, didn't he?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
All right. And one of the funny ones that you can see is Mac Weedorf is the bunny judge, and that he was, remember, when he first started CBing is when they still had the Playboys. And he's an older man, and I think he wanted to judge all the bunnies. And Shirley refuses to have a CB handle because she's just plain Shirley.
Yeah. Oh, Squirrely Shirley.
You mean
Call her
squirrely and
Shirley,
Yeah, Squirrely Shirley. That's right.
you know.
Bed buzzard. He's been spending a tremendous amount of time in bed on kind of his bed back.
is that his? Oh, that's Brute.
Yeah,
Bruce.
that's Bruce.
And they, at Christmas time we call him Bah Humbug.
A lot of people have handles on account of various reasons.
Yeah, it's and some of them have a handle so different from what they did to get away from what they did. Gunner and Gunner's mate. Was he a gunner in the service, Jim?
I never asked.
He was in the Navy. He probably was a gunner's mate. And
He
married
probably was a gunner.
a gunner. And then Mary said one day, well, she didn't really have a CB handle. She said, I'll be gunner's mate. Reno is Hank Reno, and his wife's handle now is Reno's Bride because they just got married. He just took his last name. Who else did? Yamahaller. How did Yamahaller get his name?
Because he had a Yamaha
Yamabite?
bike, and he used to race them or go cross country in a Yamaha. He was a Yamaha.
Oh, and she was
Yamahopper. She hopped around.
We got one guy who's not here this year. It's Undertaker. Used to be Heidelberg up in Oregon. The reason for that, he drank an awful lot of Heidelberg beer.
And little Lulu's real name is Lula. And she is little. And she sort of looks like little Lulu in the cartoons.
Oh no.
She's happy though.
Very
That
cool.
it was with her
Okay,
two-wheel
yeah,
bike.
yeah, I
It was a
thought
bicycle
that,
built for two.
Never mind.
They went in tandem.
This is weird. Let's see.